Welcome to Legion Builds, where I guide you through how to bring your favorite fictional characters into Dungeons & Dragons. Today we're bringing in the massively popular character, the hero of the Hidden Leaf himself, Uzumaki Naruto. Today's goals are to create a ninja master, that means martial arts and jutsus, including Shadow Clone and the powerful Gun. Next, we need to create an anime protagonist, which means when the chips are down, you push yourself beyond your limits and inspire all those who see you to push themselves. Finally, we need to unleash the power of the 6 paths and unlock Sage Mode. That means chakra armor, weapon creation, healing, and immense power. Let's do this. We're using standard point array because your dice rolls aren't mine to make. We are multi-classing. Boy, are we multi-classing, so keep minimums in mind. We'll start off with Dex at 15, a shinobi must be fast and agile after all. Charisma will follow at 14. While others seem to harness chakra through understanding and practice, you simply harness it through sheer will. On top of that, you can turn any enemy into a friend after beating the pulp out of them. Told you, anime protagonist. Wisdom will be a 13, you're a tad impulsive, but no matter what, you know what is right and wrong, and you will never bow to evil. Con will be next at 12. Krama keeps you healthy and strong, even though 90% of all the food you eat is ramen. Listen, I love ramen too, but I'm pretty sure that it's not good for you if that's all you eat. Strength will be low at a 10, you can punch like a truck, but it's really not important for this build. You can change that when you roll for stats. Speaking of not important, we're gonna have to dump intelligence. You're not that smart, but you're not dumb, but this is the least important thing we need. Naruto is a human with the power of a tailed beast. Baron Human grants you a free skill and feat with your stat adjustments. Place +1 into Charisma and Dex. For your free feat, let's grab our first Gun with Gift of the Gem Dragon. This adds +1 to Charisma and grants you the ability Telekinetic Reprisal. When you take damage from a creature within 10 feet of you, you launch a Gun attack with your reaction, forcing a strength save on the creature that dealt the damage. Should they fail, they take 2d8 force damage and are pushed 10 feet away from you. On a successful save, they only take half damage and aren't pushed back. You can use this ability a number of times equal to your proficiency bonus. For your free skill, grab Stealth. For background, we need the skills Insight and Perception. Before you could master any of the abilities of a shinobi, you really understood one thing: fighting, because you got into a lot of fights. They didn't like you. So, we're starting things off with Fighter. Grab the skills Acrobatics and Athletics. Level 1 fighters start things off with a fighting style. Unarmed fighting makes your unarmed strikes 1d8 when holding no weapons and 1d6 when holding a weapon, and you can automatically deal 1d8 damage to a grappled creature. Second Wind lets you heal yourself with a bonus action by 1d10 plus your fighter level once per short or long rest. Okay, time for some tailed beast power. Level 1 warlocks have an otherworldly patron. This was a little tough. Kurama doesn't really fit into most patrons, so we're going to go with the whole warrior feel with Hexblade. Hexblade's curse lets you mark a creature within 30 feet of you with a bonus action once per short or long rest. Now, when you deal damage to this creature, they will receive additional damage equal to your proficiency bonus, and you will crit them on a roll of 19. If the creature dies, you regain hit points equal to your warlock level plus charisma. Fair warning, this will not be giving you that much HP, as we will not be getting many warlock levels. Hex Warrior lets you bond with one weapon you are proficient with that lacks the two-handed properties after a long rest. This weapon can now use your charisma modifier for attack and damage. Finally, you have Pact Magic. This kinda makes you a spellcaster. You will have limited spell slots, but can augment them and can replace spells when you level up. You start with 2 cantrips and 2 spells. Eldritch Blast will be your thrown Gun. Making a ranged spell attack, you hurl your Gun at a target within 120 feet, dealing dealing 1d10 force damage on a hit. Sword Burst lets you slam a Rising Gun on the ground, sending out a blast at everyone within 5 feet of you. Forcing a dex save, they take 1d6 damage on a failure. Shield adds +5 to your AC as a reaction. Cause Fear allows you to unleash the will of Kurama on one creature within 60 feet. Forcing a Wisdom save, should they fail, they become frightened of you for 1 minute while you maintain the spell. At the end of each of the creature's turns, they can attempt to break the fear by taking the save again. Level 2 Warlocks receive Eldritch Invocations. These are special features that grant you new abilities or can augment abilities you already have. Repelling Blast causes those hit by your Eldritch Blast to be pushed back by 10 feet. Armor of Shadows will unlock your Chakra Armor. You can now cast Mage Armor at will without a spell slot, giving you an AC of 13 plus your dex for 8 hours. For your new spells, grab whatever you want. Time for some martial art abilities. Level 1 monks have unarmored defense. This means when you aren't wearing any armor, your AC is 10 plus dex plus wisdom, meaning you have an AC of 14 without mage armor or an AC of 16 with mage armor. Both will be getting better. Martial arts turns your unarmed strikes into dex base and gives you a bonus action unarmed strike. Remember, this couples with unarmored fighting from fighter, so now you're doing a d8 of damage every time you punch someone. Level 2 fighters gain action surge. You can give yourself a free action once per short or long rest. Your character level 5 now, so Sword Burst now does 2d6 force damage, and you can now fire 2 Eldritch Blasts with a single action. Level 3 fighters now have a subclass, and it's time for your main jutsu, Shadow Clone. Echo Knight allows you to manifest Echo. With a bonus action, you can create a clone of yourself made out of chakra within 15 feet of you. The Echo has an AC of 14 plus your proficiency bonus, 1 HP, and is immune to all conditions. It can move up to 30 feet on your command, and if your Echo is more than 30 feet from you, it vanishes. Yeah, I know, so far it doesn't sound good. Hold on, it will get better here in a second. As a bonus action, you can change places with your Echo by using 15 feet of your movement. When you make an attack, you can instead make it from your Echo's position. And finally, when someone moves within 5 feet of your Echo, you can use your reaction to make an attack of opportunity from the Echo. Unleash Incarnation grants your Echo its own attack whenever you make an attack, a number of times equal to your con modifier per long rest. Level 4 fighters earn an ability score improvement. Place this into dex for better attacks and an AC of 15 or 17 with mage armor. Level 5 fighters gain extra attack. You can now attack twice with a single action. Time for anime protagonist abilities. Jumping to Bard, you gain a new ability. Grab Persuasion. Level 1 Bards have Bardic Inspiration. You can now, as a bonus action, grant a d6 to any creature within 60 feet of you. Within the next 10 minutes, that d6 can be applied to one roll that is an attack roll, skill check, or saving throw. You can do this a number of times equal to your charisma modifier per long rest. You're also a real spellcaster, so let's grab some jutsus. You're starting things off with 2 cantrips and 4 spells. Vicious Mockery lets you insult someone so bad it hurts. Seriously, that's what it does. You insult them so bad, they must make a wisdom save or take 2d4 psychic damage and now have disadvantage on their next attack before the end of its turn. Minor Illusion creates an illusion that can fill a 5-foot cube for 1 minute or a sound for 1 minute. Disguise Self makes you look like someone else for 1 hour. Yes, this will be your sexy jutsu. Now this is just an illusion. You can't make yourself shorter or taller, and if anyone touches you, they will know it's fake. Featherfall stops all fall damage no matter the height. Thunderwave is a more powerful Gun ground slam. Now, each creature within a 15-foot cube around you must make a con save or take 2d8 thunder damage and be pushed back 10 feet should they fail, taking half damage on a success and not being pushed back. Longstrider increases your movement by 10 feet for 1 hour. Level 2 bards get Jack of all trades. Now, any skill you're not proficient in, you can add half your modifiers to. Magical Inspiration allows those who have your Bardic Inspiration to use the d6 in spells that heal or cause damage. For spells, Cure Wounds lets you heal 1d8 plus your Charisma modifier to yourself or one creature you touch. Level 3 bards now have expertise. You can now double your proficiency bonus to 2 skills. Choose perception and stealth, as a shinobi should be perfect in those 2 skills. You also receive your subclass. Valor Bard gives you combat inspiration. Now your bardic inspiration dice can be added to attack damage or AC when the bearer of the inspiration uses their reaction when they are attacked. You can also gain access to second level spells. For your new spell, Mirror Image creates 3 shadow clones that surround you for 1 minute. Now when a creature targets you, they must roll a d20. Should a certain number be rolled, the clones take the hit instead. Each clone has an AC of 10 plus your dex, and if they are hit, they are destroyed. If the creature attacking you has True Sight or Blind Sight or any similar abilities, they can ignore the clones. You're now character level 11. Vicious Mockery now does 3d4 psychic damage, Sword Burst does 3d6 force damage, and you can fire 3 Eldritch Blasts with a single action. Level 4 bards earn another ability score improvement. Place this in Charisma for better DC and spell attacks. For your new spell, take what you want. You can get 1 spell and 1 cantrip here, so go nuts. Level 3 warlocks receive a Pact boon, and it's time for some truth-seeking orbs. I really have no clue why they're called this, they just are. Pact of the Blade allows you to create any weapon you want. This can benefit from Hex Warrior, meaning you can use your Charisma modifier instead of Strength or Dex. You also receive second level spells. For this spell, Misty Step is a 30-foot teleportation you can make with a bonus action, allowing you to shoot forward with blinding speed. Level 4 warlocks earn another ability score improvement. Cap off your dex for 5+ to attacks and an AC of 16 or 18 with mage armor. For your final warlock spell, Spider Climb allows you to walk on any surface for 1 minute while you maintain concentration. You also get another cantrip, Go Wild. Level 6 fighters earn another ability score improvement, cap off Charisma this time, for a DC of 18 and a spell attack bonus of +10. Level 7 Echo Knight fighters gain Echo Avatar. You can now experience things through your Echo. You transfer your consciousness into your clone, blinding and deafening yourself for up to 10 minutes. While like this, your clone can be up to 1,000 feet away from you. Level 8 fighters earn our final ability score improvement. Let's place this into intelligence to wipe out your negative modifier. If you don't mind the negative, go for con or wisdom, your choice. You're now character level 17. Vicious Mockery and Sword Burst now have 4 damage dice each, and Eldritch Blast can fire up to 4 times with a single action. Level 9 fighters receive Indomitable. You can now reroll 1 failed saving throw once per long rest, including death saves. Level 10 Echo Knight fighters now have Shadow Martyr. Now, when a creature is attacked that you can see, you can use your reaction to teleport your Echo within 5 feet of the target. Your Echo now takes the hit instead of the original target. You can use this feature once per short or long rest. Our final level is level 11 fighter, and you gain another extra attack. This means you can now attack 4 times normal or 7 times with an action surge. Now that we've hit level 20, let's go over what you should look like. Your stats should currently be Strength at 10, Dex at 20, Con at 12, Intelligence at 10, Wisdom at 13, Charisma at 20. Total class levels are Fighter 11, Warlock 4, Bard 4, and Monk 1. Time to dive in. You are an impressive fighter, attacking up to 7 times with unarmed strikes, dealing 1d8 plus 5 for each attack, or throwing up to 4 Ryzen guns up to 120 feet, dealing 1d10 per shot, and pushing the target up to 10 feet away with a hit. If your Shadow Clone is with you, they can also attack once when you attack. If you're surrounded, you can blast your Ryzen gun downward and either cause 4d6 force damage or 2d8 thunder damage and push everyone back. And if you get hit, you can hit them back with a Ryzen gun, dealing 2d8 force damage and pushing them back. You can also summon magical weapons so you can always get past resistances. You're pretty hard to hit. Your AC is great with a max of 18 and a possible 23 with shield, and you can create 3 shadow clones to take damage for you. Even if enemies get near you, you can add +10 to your movement, teleport 30 feet, or change places with your Echo clone for a free teleportation. Finally, you can inspire your friends to new heights, as your Bardic Inspiration dice can be used for almost every roll they make, from damage, attack, saves, and healing. Downside. Firstly, you have extremely limited resources. 5 Bardic Inspiration dice, 2 Warlock spell slots, 7 Bardic spell slots. Actually, you know what? That's it. Limited resources. You don't have many concentration spells. While your unarmed strikes aren't causing magical damage, your Pact weapon is, and you have amazing long-range magical damage capabilities. This is a pretty good build. Pretty complicated, but pretty good. The only problem I have with it, it doesn't fully match Naruto, as he has many more abilities, but this is as close as I could make it and still enjoy it. If you want to see more fun builds, check out all my playlists to bring Ichigo Kurosaki, Trevor Belmont, and more into D&D. If you have a request, hit me up at gonzo63rd@gmail.com and check out my Patreon to help me decide new builds each week.